So after a full season on the WR9980s, I'll talk about them here for a minute. So we got these three this spring, brand new, traded in our 9870s. Before that we had 9770s. Before that 9635s, 9260s, 8550Ss, 8550s, and then before that 8400s, 8200s. Yeah, don't remember what we had before 8200s. All of them have been double conditioners, starting with the 9260s. They work really good in our conditions for what we're doing. So some guys will say, "Oh, New Holland dries better, Deere dries better." Well, this is what works for us. So you can stop watching if you don't like AGCO machinery. What they changed from the previous model, I think it was the 91, 96. This is the 92, 96, if I am correct. Yes, 92, 96. They went back to a double connection here. I don't know what you want to call it. Two sets of hoses, one to each side of the header. Before, it just came out one side, then was piped over to the other side. Really like this setup a lot better. Then also to your conditioner roll tension is now adjustable from the cab, versus before you had a gauge, a rocker switch, and a valve right here, and you could adjust it from there. There was no way to tell if you had lost conditioner roll pressure previously unless you looked at the gauge, because you would shut your valve, isolate all your oil, and you just had your accumulator and your oil pressure, everything after your valve. So I think we had one time the line came off, or broke a line, dumped all the pressure, and you didn't know till servicing the next morning. Oh, hey, what's going on here? So this way you can at least monitor it from the cab. There is no alarm that says you've fallen below a certain threshold that you have it set, but if you just keep watching it, you have to stare at it, but if you just watch your pressure, you'll know if you've lost it. So header wear, you notice how this hood goes up to about almost a 90-degree angle, but has a nice catch here. Has a nice catch right here, and doesn't go all the way back. Yeah, like I've seen on another brand. Anyways, wear on the machine down here, it's pretty good considering some of the conditions they get in around here. I don't know if you guys have ever, some guys have ever swathed Timothy, but and we are really sandy, so really abrasive, but yeah, there you go. You'll wear holes right through them. Now, some of these got switched. Actually, I think this machine got pretty much all new turtles about midway through the season. We went and did a custom job, and we had a lot of damage, rock damage. So it got pretty much all new turtles, I think. This is only sent one machine over. But usually halfway through the season, we will flip these to the different direction and wear out the other half, the other side. Just get your money's worth out of them. So, rock guards, pretty easy to change. You can you can zip off a full set. Take the turtles off, take these 4 bolts, take the cap off, take the turtle off, do the rock guards. You can have a whole header stripped down in about a half hour if you really hustle and have a good impact gun and some really good sockets, because some of the heads get rounded up a little bit. But yeah, like I said, conditions we run in, really sandy, really abrasive conditions. So yeah, and rocks. You get rocks every once in a while. I mean, let's see. Let's take a look at the top of this hood here. Got one rock chip there from banging underneath. Here's another one. So, yeah. Nothing's worse than cutting the outside passes where the rocks are and you hear it ting 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 bounce through the header, and you can't shut it down fast enough. You just grab a full set of knives out of the toolbox on the machine and just go get started, because you just guaranteed you got to do all of them. So unhooking and rehooking headers on these, well, if you have the single points. If you don't have the single points, it's kind of a bugger. So I should have got to the machine with the single point. Went to the cast quick release there. That been pretty reliable, durable, and you got the buttons there to feather that, as I would call it, when you're hooking it up. He's got the 7.4 liter AGCO power Sisu, 265 horse. Old models were, I think, 6.6 or 6.4. Can't quite remember. Fuel efficiency on these is better, even though more horsepower, but it is better than the previous model, the 9870. There's been a review out on YouTube of another farmer who never even owned one. He just looked at it and he thought for certain that this was going to melt that tank, and he was going to get trapped in a fire trying to get out of there, because he thought for certain this was going to melt this plastic hydraulic tank. In all of our experience with them, we have not yet had a single fire with any of these. So, been pretty lucky. I wouldn't really call it lucky. I think it's just a very good machine. The V-Cool system on here, it's got to be one of the best cooling systems I think ever designed. We've never once had to blow a radiator out on these. Fan reverses every so often. I don't know the exact time, but if you're next to another machine, you can see it blow all the chaff and dust and whatnot off the screen. So these work. These are really nice. And if you do have to, you can actually get in there to blow them all out. Lots of room to get in there. So the why that's open all here, I think it's glide right suspension on the back here. Very maintenance free, I should say, and not a whole lot. Simple, very simple. You got one down in there, pan hard bar, as I'm going to call it. Got some links here. Not a big monstrosity out here on the end like the grain machines got for suspension. These are really simple. Got shock absorber on each side of here, and then under here there's one big coil spring. We did not go with rear steer. Didn't really find it applicable to us. Never had it on any of them, but I've ran it with it. It's a little different, but just takes some getting used to. But we decided not to go with it because we don't tow. I mean, it is better to drive on the road. It is a little more stable, but I think their main goal with it was for towing your big draper headers down the road that you can't move with them on the machine. So hydraulics changed on the 99 versus the 9870, 9770. I know they upped the pressures a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what they did. But we noticed a overall performance increase with the hydraulics. There is more horsepower making it to the header versus before. I'm not sure what the numbers were, but when we heard the numbers, it was pretty impressive. So, not really much changed over here, but you know, nice easy access to all your fuses out here. Real easy to get to. And I think I've only honestly had to change maybe 4 fuses in the 9 machines we've owned over the last 2012 to now. So, and there's more fuses in the cab. These have the 2-point air suspension back here, just hinged on the front. So, pretty. They ride pretty good. Had the opportunity to see what might be coming down the line in windrowers, some prototype stuff. Pretty cool stuff what they got coming, what they've been working on. Really interesting, really neat stuff. So be pretty cool. So they switched to this cab. It's a common platform between, I think, combines, the Fendt forage harvester, windrowers, gleaner combines, stuff like that. One thing our guys really liked is the foot pegs, and you know, I really like them too. I ran it a little bit. They're pretty nice. So really good. That's a really good option. Lots of storage in this versus old windrowers. The 90, pretty much anything prior to this model. Storage, cup holder. Nice wide buddy seat. You know, two guys can sit in here very comfortably. And yeah, a little more storage down here. I think in the combines, this is a cool option. I think this is where the controller goes for the cool option here. So, yep. More storage over here. Lots of little cubby holes, cup holders, USB chargers. That's pretty cool. Really like that. Another PowerPoint. When we got them, I went to put the 2-ways in. You know, there's really not a whole lot of mounting options over here. But, you know, why would there be? It's a windrower. Not like you're throwing rate controllers, you know, a knock-down controller, stuff like that in here. So, just right off of there, there's 2 holes that had some threaded inserts tapped already there. So, and this came down here for power. Pulled this off, went down here. Yeah, I think these power points are rated at, I think they're 15 amp, which would have been more than enough to run the 2-way, but I like a nice good hardwire down there. So, and there's more fuses down here, I believe. Let me take this out here. Yeah, you just pull that out, and they're down there. So, really easy to get to. Diagnostic ports, connectors there. So, yeah, it snaps back on there. Little storage there, earplugs. And they list all your fuses right there, which is really nice. Really nice there. Sorry, I'm fighting a sinus infection, so. And this adjusts here too. It's kind of a two-handed deal, but pull this here and adjust here. The whole armrest slides back and forth, which is pretty nice. Really simple, not a whole lot going on control wise. Park brake for draper header, move your belts, throttle, header, completely programmable handle. Really like that. That is a really nice option. So this handle is completely configurable. I had to switch machines. I was getting like a low voltage warning over there. Anyways, so you have, before anything will work, you have to accept how your handle's laid out, because you can have your, you know, you can have that switch backwards. You know, down would be up would be down would be down, up would be up. However you want. This really you can configure it the way you want. So for anything to work, you have to accept it. So now, what I really like about this, what they did here, was with how integrated the auto steer is with this machine, you can, oh, see, I did it there. Let's go back. You can, there, escape. You can nudge left, nudge right using your the sideways on this button here, or you can bring your track to where your machine is. So when you start a new wheel track or however you want to do it, I don't think there's any other machine that integrated auto steer wise. I think all you can do is double tap the resume button and it'll move the line to you. But I don't think you can shift track anywhere on it. Our other machines, we were running the AGI4 or AutoGuide 3000 with the X30 or C3000 monitor. But we were only running the C1000 monitor on the 9870s. Now, I thought that'd be an issue on these because you can't, you get what you get here. But it's actually not bad once the guidance. I got to just turn the receiver on here. So there it is. Just turn it on. It might pop up here. It usually from a cold start usually takes a couple minutes. So, but with your guidance screen just takes up right here and now your soft keys, and it's not bad. You still get your vitals over here. So we run RTK guidance on all of our windrowers. Works pretty good. We got a base station with a tower over here that we use. So this machine here, most of the guys will never even really look at this stuff, but it's there if you want to look at it. So voltage, water temp, in numbers, you still got your gauges over here. So this one at the end of the season, just 5,900 acres. The guy operating was kind of sad he didn't break 6,000. So, but not bad between three machines. They all got right at about 6,000 acres on them. So 593 engine hours, 472 header hours. It's the diagnostics you can do as a end user or a operator actually saves the techs a lot of time. If you can navigate this, and if they ask you a question, you can get them an answer through this. They really like it. So works out pretty good. So as I was saying earlier, you can watch your pressure here. There's no alarm that'll tell you that it went down, but it's there. So at least you know it went down if you want to watch it. So, the guidance came up here. So, really simple. We really like it. Works good. I mean, zero problems with it running all summer. I think I had to recalibrate the compass on one receiver like one time, but for how much they get used, that's really not that big a deal. You can also do your nudge left, nudge right, move your guidance sign to the machine here if you want, but most of the guys that use the handle, they really like that option. So, yep. Yeah. There's a lot of other stuff I'm missing too. So, I don't run a whole lot of windrower. When they have problems, they call me. Hey, this doesn't work. Okay, be over there in a little bit. As far as the day-to-day stuff, like I said, I'm missing something. I know I am. So, yep. Nope, they're, like I said, really good machine for a first-year product. They've always had pretty good first-year products out of Heston, Kansas. So, been to the factory, seen these getting made. Not these exact machines, but pretty impressive factory. So, nope, we really, like I said, really like these machines. What I've seen coming down as prototype and stuff, some of it's is really cool. I hope it makes it through. So we get one machine with the draper ready kit. I think that's what you want to call it. The quick single point connectors, everything ready for a draper.
we had to get a new draper this year for the machines. We got a 5400 20-footer for straw and different things we want to use it for. So, yeah, I said this machine with the new 5400 draper is a pretty good combo. Really, really nice. So, I think the only complaint the guys had about this cab was the amount of glass you have to clean every day. That's like the only thing they really complained about. So, nope, really good machine. Really like them. So, anyways, yeah, it's all I gotta say right now. So, anyways, like I said, these machines work great for us. Double conditioners work great for our conditions. How we like to dry things down. So, if you say your flat rubber rollers are going to do it better, well, whatever. You don't have to watch. So, right on. Enjoy.